x. Now, on like my key, what I did is at the top, I kind of put, and I did 0, and then I had pi over 6, I had pi over 4, pi over 3, and then pi over 2. Okay? So like those were my radian measurements, and then what I did, I had like a cosine hand, and then I had a sine hand. So like for the cosine hand, it's going to be like 1 square root of 3 over 2, square root of 2 over 2, 1/2, and then 0. Right? So, because it's everything on top. So then if I'm looking at 2 pi over 3, that's the same thing as being kicked around, right? It's basically, it's over here, right? Or something, it's basically like right there, okay? So in that spot, sine is going to be like, so cosine's negative here, right? Okay, so what spot is like 2 pi, so pi over 3 is the same thing as like pi over 3, right? Does that make sense? Because it comes back pi over 3 from the x-axis, but it's going to be negative, so pi over 3 is just at 1/2, but it's going to be a negative 1/2. Does that make sense? Okay. So then really what I can change this into is inverse sine of negative 1/2. Okay. So then like I have a sine hand where I have 0, 1/2, square root of 2 over 2, square root of 3 over 2, and 1, right? Here's 1/2. So, but in this case, so where is sine negative 1/2? Yep. Yep. Because it's a negative, right? So, like negative 1/2 is going to go this direction. So then it's going to be a negative pi over 6. Does that make sense? Because everything else is, or you can think about it as it's going up here, it's still going to be a negative value there, right? So